Today I'm going to show you how to add a spinner top for an explosion box. This is one that I made for my shop, Tangled Moons, on Etsy, and was just made out of some scrap paper that I put together. Just added a few embellishments, some overlays for the pages, and I thought with the blue maybe kind of a snow theme might be nice. And since I'm a big fan of Frozen and Olaf, I thought the Olaf spinner might be really cute. So we're going to start with a plain box. This one is already put together. The lid is about 4 inches, just a little bit over 4 inches square. So I cut a piece of 4-inch cardstock to go on top, and I'm going to run it through the Cuttlebug using one of Stampin' Up's circle cutters. This is the stitch shape framelit die. It's the 2-inch one. So I have the words "Warm Hugs" that I've run off on the Cricut. I used the geode blue for the marker to draw it out, and I have turned my stitch shape framelit die upside down so I can be sure of where I'm cutting it. So what I do is tape it just a little bit to the outside. It doesn't matter if it pulls a little bit of the paper up, because you're only going to use what's in the middle. Then I'm going to offset the B just a little bit to sandwich it in, giving it a little bit of headroom at the top so it can go in the Cuttlebug a little bit ahead of the other. And we'll set this up here and crank it through. So now I have a really pretty Warm Hugs with the little stitched markings going all the way around. It's really, really super cute. Okay, I'm going to put this aside, and next we'll do the slider part. I have the Sliding Star Framelit die for the spinner. It looks like this. No, you won't have these tabs here. These will be gone. I have the 4-inch square piece of metallic blue I'm going to put on the top, and I turn this upside down because I want to be able to see around and kind of eyeball that I've got this even, because I don't really want it lopsided on the box. It cuts just as well this way as it does having the die underneath. So I'm going to take a little bit of tape again. It shouldn't bother this paper if I take it up very carefully. You can use like a post-it note. I just don't have any available right now. And then I'm going to fit the B again to sandwich it in. That way I can keep an eye on everything as it goes through the Cuttlebug. So we'll come back after it goes through. Alright, it's gone through the cuddle bug. I'm going to very carefully pull that off because I want to use this entire outside of the paper, and I don't want it tearing the paper. Okay, here we go. So my frame is done, and the only other piece I need is the little one on the middle, and this is going to go on like this. The extra little donut hole here you can toss, or you could use it for maybe a picture frame if you're scrapping or doing a card. You could hang on to that. So now to assemble everything. And by the way, I wanted to say thank you to Stampin' with Tammy, because I learned how to use this die watching her video. She's a Stampin' Up demonstrator also, and I really enjoyed it. So I love this die set. Okay, I'm going to center this on top of the box, and then this one, the little circle on the inside, is going to go right there in the middle. In the meantime, while I was cutting this last piece, I took a Jelly Roll pen and filled in the letters. It's very shiny and the colors coordinate. And it also fits really nicely on top of the center disc and just gives it a little bit extra decoration. So, to attach the top, what I'm going to do is turn it upside down and use some of the Stampin' Up puffy stickers here to put one. These are called dimensionals, and they are really, really neat. They're kind of hexagonal shaped. Then they're small and come in a set. They just peel off, and then you just remove the top layer. This will help it sit up a little bit off of the top of the box. Okay. And I just said eyeball it. I don't get fussy enough to measure with the ruler at this point. Okay, so our top outside ring is on. I want this to fit flat. I don't want any separation between here, so I'm just using a snail glue runner to really get this to sit down. It's not going to be perfectly the same size, and it really doesn't matter if it's upside down now because it's going to be spinning around. Okay, well, the box will be, the Olaf will be spinning around it. Now, I'm also going to use dimensionals on here because we're going to need a couple of pennies. You could use washers to lift it up a little bit. They're going to be sliding around here, and what I've done is run off another Olaf here. I already have that. This is cut out from the Cricut, from the Frozen cartridge, and it's a print and cut, so it prints it out on your printer, and then you put it on the Cricut and it cuts it out perfectly for you. So Olaf's bottom is going to be on top of the pennies here. So what I try to do is this is what I did on the one before. Try to take a penny as if it's going to be moving around here, and that way I can kind of see where to put the dimensionals, and I'll make sure that I'm not going to put them where they're going to get bumped into. I don't want Olaf getting caught trying to move around the box, and I want to put 4 on the bottom here. That may seem a little excessive, but I want to make sure it's good and stuck here. So this is good, and I will pull these off and we'll see if we can't get that centered on top of the box. This really doesn't take that long to do. And now I do want it kind of facing one side of the box. I'm going to try to get it as even around as you can. If you're really fussy, you can measure. I've done enough of these. I think I can eyeball it to get it to work. Now, the fun part begins. This is fun. You're going to take 2 pennies, and you're going to use 2, or actually one of the dimensionals. And this is the trick I got from Stamping with Tammy, and I do appreciate it because I wouldn't have known to do this hadn't she mentioned it. But you round off the points here, so that it turns easily. These are non-stick scissors. Stuff does stick to them, but it's pretty easy to clean off. If you have trouble with your fit scissors having things stick, I find packing tape. I use a lot of packing tape with my business, so I always have it. Use a little packing tape. It pulls things right off the scissors. Alright, this goes in the middle of one of the pennies, and then we're going to stick the other penny exactly over it. I like to use shiny pennies in case they show a little bit. You want them to be nice and shiny. Okay, so this is ready to go in, and Olaf, I made sure he was big enough that his bottom part is going to hide the penny there. So again, one more dimensional will do it. I'll put this one right here, and he's going to sit on top, so you really don't have to trim this one. Alright, and there he goes. Now he's ready to go in here. So the penny, there is a little space in between here. One penny is going to go on the side next to the box, the regular box. The other is going to go in between here. And it's just a matter of just fiddling with it a little bit to get it. Just pull the paper up a little bit, set it back down, and Olaf is ready to go. Look at him fly. Kids would love this box. You can make him spin all the way around, and wouldn't this be really nice to send in the mail to someone, sending them nice warm hugs in the winter. So there you have it. Thank you for staying with me through my first videotape demonstrating some of the Stampin' Up! Products. You can go on my website. That's www.tangledmoons.stampinup.net, and I do offer a special deal for my customers. If you go on my website and buy $50 or more of the product, you do get a $10 coupon to use on my Etsy shop toward one of my really fun explosion boxes. So, happy holidays everyone, and happy crafting. Thank you. Bye-bye.